Good morning, everybody. Happy December the 8th. Happy Hanukkah for those that are celebrating Hanukkah today. And thank you for those that are joining us because I know most of you are probably out shopping because it is the thick of the season for shopping. And how are you this morning, Lucy?
Busy. I have got a lot on my plate. So we are doing actually a shortened show for both of us. We have things to do today, mostly shopping. There are some
Shopping and packing and shipping and
yes. And so I am getting a little tired, but I keep telling myself just until around December, I'm going to say maybe the 22nd, and then I'm going to cut and I take like 4 or 5 days off. That's it. And then
yeah.
I just have to relax, get a good sleep, and kind of reflect and spend some time with my family. But yeah, we've been busy. I have wrestling. We're in the thick of wrestling right now. My daughter's in wrestling, for those that don't know. Yeah, shipping. I have oversold two things, so I'm kind of upset about that. I gotta go find those and finding the good sellers. And I really haven't even spent much time like diving into finding more good sellers. I found a few, and then I've been replenishing and taking care of things.
Replenishing those. Yeah, I've done a lot of that too. And there's stores that I didn't go to that I could have because I've chosen to do other things instead. It's just like I can't be in all the places and do all the things. It's that time of year. So it's good and bad, right? Because we can't keep up, but we're making money. Um, One of the things that we really wanted to address this morning, as some of you know, and some of you maybe don't know, but on December the 5th, just 3 days ago, Amazon has given us the most lovely of all Christmas gifts for its resellers by raising fees going into 2024. Some of them don't take place until months into 2024. One of the ones that is my least favorite, and it's definitely making me reconsider how I'm going to be doing my Amazon business into 2024 because there's not a lot of clarification. In fact, one of our Facebook members mentioned that I forgot how she worded it, something like Amazon made it as clear as looking through mud.
Oh yeah.
Something like expression, something like that, because it's like I want more details how this is going to be broke down. But the one I'm concerned about with is the low stock inventory fees. Amazon's going to be charging us for having low stock. And so what does that mean for us? Like you that are watching who maybe already know about this. Oh, if you're thinking like me, I'm thinking about what about the items that I buy that are kind of like those one-offs? Maybe I went into Walmart and went down the clearance row and they had 3 Barbies. And so I bought the 3 Barbies on sale, shipped them in, and now I'm going to be being penalized for it. If I delete them, if I close the listing, does that make a difference? Is it based on what my inventory has been historically? If it's only the 3 I send them in, am I going to be penalized, or is it just for the things that I generally always carry? I just have so many more unanswered questions than I have answered questions. But I did really take a look into this low stock inventory fee, and I have shared the main link with you, Lucy, if you want to pull that up. Now, y'all, this is only one of the fees.
Then I cropped it and then I blew it up.
Oh, okay. Because I wanted to actually be able to click on. There's some links within there I want to click on.
Nope. Not love.
I can pull up a different screen. Why we're
I can. I just got to pull it down.
Yeah, no, I understand. But go ahead and so now my brain is everywhere. So that's only one of the big fees I'm concerned about. The other fee that I'm concerned about is the fulfillment center transfer fee. And as you know, some of us opted out of that new program that Amazon implemented for all of us. We all have to have it, where our shipments started going to multiple warehouses, and it was costing us more money because it was breaking our shipments down into just too many shipments. What used to just go to my nearest fulfillment center was always being divided into 3 or 4 different shipments. Now, that's the way I started off my Amazon journey. Well, then Amazon themselves just started changing it to where they allowed us to ship it to our nearest fulfillment center, all of it. If your shipment seemed to be over 50 items, that's just what happened. And then from there, Amazon took it upon themselves to place our inventory across the nation into different fulfillment centers. Well, now Amazon put that program on us. And then a lot of us, including myself, wrote to Amazon asking to please be opted out of this program because it was costing me more money in shipping than what I was already doing. Well, now this is what Amazon's doing.
All right.
Starting next year, they're going to charge us for fulfillment center transfer. So when all of our stuff goes to one warehouse and Amazon then deems, 18 are going here, 10 are going here, they are going to be charging us for each and every unit.
So I got a lot to say, to jump in here on lots of different things. First, Tina is like super duper smart. And if you guys need to follow what she does. So a lot of these emails are very long and long-winded. And so anyhow, she likes to take them, stick them in ChatGPT and say, give me the summary of what Amazon wrote. And that's really helpful with a lot of emails out there, including just anything Amazon sells you. The way they write is really weird. And sometimes it just doesn't, like, I've read their emails sometimes 3, 4, 5 times, and I'm going, what does this mean for me? And now we're just getting better at AI, and it's super cool. So that was just really clever of her. For this inbound placement that she's talking about, this is it right here. I'm gonna read it verbatim. We will introduce an inbound placement service fee for standard and large, bulky size products to reflect our cost of distributing inventory to the centers close to customers. These fees will average 27 cents per unit for standard and $1.58 for the large. We will give you the option to pay reduced fees or even no fees based upon whether you send your shipment to a single location or multiple locations. These fees will be effective starting March 1st. So we've got till March 1st to figure that out. And when I had the inventory placement thingy on, it was going to about 3 locations. So I just got to know that if I don't, then it's going to be about 27 cents per unit.
So now how many units that is by what your shipping label cost, right? So it may now make sense to go back to the program that we just opted out of. Not yet. I mean, milk it till the very end, till they start implementing this fee, because then you're going to have to do the math. If my shipping label is $10, but how many units I have inside of my box is going to cost me, possibly $30 for Amazon to do this fulfillment center transfer, it may make more sense to opt back to the other program. So just keep that in mind. This is where we're all going to have to do our own mathing.
Which that's another thing ChatGPT is getting really good at, is creating tables. I have not dived into that, but the second blurb here says on average we're going to decrease the fulfillment rates by 20 cents per unit and 61 for the big ones, and that's going to start April 15th. So clear month and a half after we increase, then we will decrease. And then what is this? Oh, I hated this. I saw this one. Ships in product packaging program.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of products I want that to be.
Well, and now I want to elaborate on this too. So I'm in a few different Lego groups for people who collect and want to resell Legos or just anything Lego related. And there have been some Amazon sellers of Legos or just recipient of Legos where Amazon has taken maybe a collector edition Lego set, and they have slapped the shipping label on the Lego box itself and shipped it to the purchaser's house instead of putting it in the Amazon box to protect the Lego box. Well, those that collect and get Legos, they don't want no frickin' Amazon label sticker on their box that doesn't peel off nicely at all. So this opens it up to us that Amazon might be doing this to our Lego sets, our toy sets, or whatever, if the box is a mailable box itself. So, are they going to do that? I don't know. It seems to me like they probably will.
So the way I read this is they're going to give you a discount ranging from 4 cents to $1.32 to enroll your item in this program. And it makes me wonder if they're going to stop doing that for the rest, because that's the problem right now. I ordered my husband's gift and they just slapped a label and now he's receiving the freaking gift in the mail. And I'm going, well, I was hoping it was at least going to be in a bag. And they're just skipping that a lot with toys. And I see that across the board with people complaining.
Like they're putting it on a Monopoly game box, for instance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just shipping it out.
And somebody in our Facebook group, it was a couple months ago, I want to say it was a shirt, or let's say it was some socks. I don't know. And Amazon put the shipping label on the outside of their clear poly bag that they sent it into Amazon's warehouse in. So it's like, well, yeah, I want everybody to see what, I bought in this clear bag that Amazon just slapped a label on.
Especially your underwear. I mean, come on, I don't want my neighbors to see my undies. All right. You guys don't know my freaking, I have weird neighbors. Tina knows a little bit about them. They're strange. They beat to a different drum. I don't know what drum it is, but all right. So I've got the inbound placement one in here. And what's crazy, I wish that in this whole thing, this is another beef with Amazon, that they would have previous pages, because I know these pages change over the years, and I will read things, especially when it comes to bundling and listing and naming and stuff. And I'll read something and then I go back to find it and I find that it's changed. So they change these rules all the time. Be aware.
I'm sending you a snippet. I had ChatGPT help me dumb down these low stock inventory fees too.
Okay.
And I just sent that to you in Facebook Messenger from my laptop. So I wondered, and what are we on now? So here we are on, you're sharing the fees page.
Yeah. What
their new fees are going to be. So this low stock inventory fee, there is a formula. You have to actually look at your historical, I don't have it right in front of me. Shoot, because I was working on a different computer before we jumped on this computer. But one of the things I wondered about is, am I going to be charged per item that I'm in low stock of? Like if Amazon expects me to have 20 units there and I only have 10, huh?
I wasn't on that page. I'll get to that page.
No, that's fine, because I have to even find that page anyway. But what I wanted to know is, am I going to be charged per unit, or am I just going to be charged a fee because I have low stock inventory? We are going to be charged per unit of low stock inventory that Amazon expects you to have, just so you know, per unit. And it's based on your historical days of supply. And that's where some of this confusion lies, is if my historical days of supply was only 3 because I bought 3 Barbies on clearance, then am I not going to be charged on those? And I just have to quickly delete them. So there are some things that are just not clear to me yet. And I will we'll take a look at this, but I do want to read what I had ChatGPT help dumb down for me on this low inventory, so it will make sense to us all. Okay, the low inventory level fee is applied per item, not as a single fee for the entire inventory. The fee amount varies based on the historical days of supply, which measures how quickly your product sells compares to the demand. The fee is calculated using a rate card that depends on the size tier of your product and the historical days of supplies for the categories. Example is 0 to 14, 14 to 21, and 21 to 28 days, right there. So to determine the specific fee for a particular item, you need to check the rate card corresponding to your product size tier and historical days of supply category. So there is a chart that we'll be able to share with you guys in a minute. The rate card provides different fee amounts for each combination of size and historical days of supplies. The example provided in the initial information shows a sample of these fee calculations. So that other page you were on that showed the fees, and this is where this is a kind of math that then starts to really get confusing because it's based on tier and weight size. And so here, like how we have the small standard at the 89 cents, and here's the historical the historical days of supply. It's based on that. Two different things. That's two different. So it's based on the tier size. So it's based on whether it's small, large, or large standard.
That's so.
Right? So let's say you have a little. Let's say you have this little bitty thing versus I don't have a really big thing versus a big item. So the fee is calculated based on size. And then it's also based on the days of supply. So they're taking in two things into consideration, which makes it very confusing. And then that fee right there, they're going to be charging you per item. So let's say I need to have, 10 more of these. They're going to be charging me for 10 of these based on this size tier and days of supply.
So I got a lot to say about this. First up, there's a petition. I signed the petition yesterday. I don't remember who shared it in our Facebook group, but there is a petition. There is so much wrong with this that I don't even know where to begin. I currently manage somebody's account that I do the replens for, and Amazon's calculation for the last what is needed for stock is always off because he has a lot of seasonal items. So, on like November 5th, it's saying restock the ghost in the haunted houses. And I'm going, no, it's November 5th. We're not going because it's taking that historical 28-day thing. And now if it's going to take that and apply fees, we're not going to send in a whole bunch because we're just done with Halloween. That doesn't make any sense.
That's right. So, and on that page that you're on, down below that chart, it has the frequently asked questions. And so you have to go to your historical days of supply, and then there's a link for everybody to be able to click on to go to your FBA inventory. And it says the historical days of supply metric is calculated at the parent product level. So all child products related to the same parent product will have the same historical days of supply. And you see how this ends up just going down like a whole rabbit trail of fees and possibilities of fees.
So if you have, like, one of the things I bought is a tablecloth. I really like it because I have a new round table anyhow. And the variation has a Halloween, a Thanksgiving, and a Christmas. So now it's going to have the same historical data for all three.
It just, like I said, and so that page that you were on, are you able to scroll down, or is that a screenshot?
No, I'm scrolling.
Okay, if you scroll down here, they give you an example. They give you an example of sample product. They have table 1 example. And so you see size tier, large standard, shipping weight is 4 to 8 ounces. And then it says your historical days of supply. Historical days of supply, 24 greater of below. And then it has long-term, short-term. Then it has the total fulfillment fees down below. The standard FBA fulfillment fee was $4.08. The low inventory level fee is going to be 36 cents per unit at the rate for the 21 to 28 day historical days of supply.
Is that so per units you have in, or how many they think you ought to have in?
I believe it's how many they think that you ought to have. Total new FBA fulfillment fees are going to be the $4.08 plus the 36 cents per unit, now making your fees be $4.44 per unit.
This is
And that's
ridiculous.
where there needs to be a little bit more details. And what I do, you guys, if you want to take these pages yourself, and this goes on down, there's more on this page. But what I did and what you can do too when you're wanting to understand these policies and help break it down even more so, I copy and pasted all of this into ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT to please explain this, to my ninth grade classroom. You could say that, or at an age 16 comprehension level. Basically we want them to dumb it down. Then what I didn't get around to doing yet, I tried, but it was too much data. Then I asked ChatGPT to tell me what my fees were going to be. And it needed the information that Amazon tells you that you can get by clicking on your historical data. And so I went to my historical data. I copy and pasted all of my inventory, the days of supply, yada, yada, yada. But because that report was just so long, it was too much information for ChatGPT. And then that's where I stopped, because I had to go upstairs and, put my hair in a ponytail for our live today, since I still wasn't ready yet. So yes, really. And so there's got to be a way to shorten down our historical data, or me to just do it in segments into ChatGPT, because I want ChatGPT to figure out this math for me. I want to know, what am I actually facing? And I do want some clarity on some of the things, like you're asking, is it what's in stock that's left because it's low inventory, or what they expect us to have in stock? There's just so many gray areas right now, because this has only been released 3 days ago.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos. So I gotta say something about that. Like, Amazon comes up with these shenanigans all the time. Just don't freak out about them.
Right.
They're not going to kill us because we make up 80% or 60% or whatever it is of their business. So they're not going to shut everybody down right this second type of thing. Don't the sky is not falling, everybody. And if you don't understand it, we've already said use ChatGPT, but there's going to be a lot of other video breakdowns, Facebook groups. You've got till February. Don't let this
for us to figure it out. That's right. It's just a matter of, it's new, and we need to break it down so we understand it, so we make better and different business decisions. Will it benefit us to go to maybe some more merchant fulfilling on certain ASINs or SKUs than it will for us to send those in to the Amazon FBA?
Yep.
These are the things that we need to figure out. I have a feeling I'm going to be pivoting more to some more merchant fulfilling, especially on items that I am the sole seller of on Amazon, because it's my own private label item. I don't have to worry about competitors and competing against FBA sellers. So it's just that it's the thick of Q4 right now, and I only have so much time to decipher this data. And I cheat. I use ChatGPT to help me because
I use Tina.
Yeah, Lucy,
I
let's
got this the other day, and I'm like, I don't got time for this. I'm checking out. I don't even have time.
So it does answer your question a little further down on this page. It says, as far as the parent ASIN, where did that go?
Well, I wanted to read this really quick.
Yeah.
So this is how it's calculating, and it's looking at the last 90 days and the average units and the average daily shipped. So your historical days of supply is 42. I don't know. I think also, just by what I'm looking here, is if it's calculating the inventory fee and you don't have anything in there, it's going to take 0 times whatever is 0, right? So if you don't have anything,
but they're basing it on your historical data. So I am thinking, maybe if it's a matter of you have 0 in stock and Amazon expects you to have more, how can they charge you a fee? It seems like they're only charging you the fee at the time of fulfillment based off of that chart above. And these are the things I'm just not clear on yet. So if that's the case, and we sell, Christmas candy canes, and it's now April and Christmas has long been over, I don't think there's being any fees charged because we don't have any in stock.
Oh, this is what they're doing. I found it, Tina. It was way down, like third paragraph from the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they're pushing. The whole thing, like you have to dig into this crud to figure out what Amazon's doing. They want to enroll your products in auto replenishment by Amazon warehouse and distribution. They're trying to build that leg of their company.
But how do they do that if we don't have it in stock at their warehouse and distribution?
This is their like third-party packing center type
I
of
see.
thing. So then you can enroll in the waiver if you do that. That's what they're trying to do.
And this is just another business expense for them. Another service they can offer to make money.
Well, yeah. April? Exactly. Oh, all right.
So I clicked on that AWD monthly storage fee report, and it says it has no data available. So I don't know if it's not working.
You don't have any. You don't have anything. I don't use them either.
Yeah.
Why would I? They're horrible. They're horrible at just about. Until I see them not being horrible.
Well, this is on their sample application page, so I just decided to click it just to see if it would give me anything.
Let's see what we got here for packaging. Ships and product packaging, benefits, sustainability. Okay, review, design, test, evaluate, enroll. Boy, they make a lot of pretty pages for the consumer, and then so this is all nice for when they want us to sign up for stuff, and then we get the garbly-good third paragraph down calculation BS when it's like, oh, and now we got to really figure things out because it's not in our benefit. It's just like the bank, man. When they want you to sign up for something, you get a pretty brochure. Here's a customer support person. Let me answer your questions right away. But when you have a problem with something, it's like, here's the fine print that's this big. Gotta read it.
I do want to point out, I don't see it on here at a quick glance, but Amazon is also raising their rates on Amazon return fees. So this is big for clothing sellers. Because there's just more returns with clothes. So when you have your clothing items or any items at Amazon FBA, there is going to now be an increase on the return fees. I don't know where that is in here, but they are doing that.
On it. Returns processing fee?
Yes, the return processing fee. That is also being increased. So, that's something that is pretty big news as well, especially if you're in a high return category like clothing.
I don't see the before and after, but I believe you. Yeah, people. I love people in the Facebook groups. I just have to shake my head sometimes. They're like, well, how do you calculate the fees? You're not, unless if you have that one of those memories that can memorize all of these pages and then do all of the calculations and stuff. You're just not going to be able to, because they are that craziness. It's kind of like shopping at Kohl's. You've got your price, then your discount, and then the price because it's Tuesday, then your coupon and your cash, and then the tax, and then the bag fee. And you're not going to be, you just got to get an estimation. Okay. Just go with an estimation.
You can download your reports and use the help of AI to help you break down your own fees until certain softwares and that are able to get this into their algorithm to do that for you. I'm sure, Inventory Lab, and for those of us that use A2X that import some of our fees into our accounting software, they're now going to have to update their softwares to help break down these fees for us. This is just all too new for us to have all of the answers. Where I saw and heard of the return fees is from my Amazon guy, and I had already posted his video on this topic in the main Amazon Tips with Tina Facebook group. So he does do a quick video kind of breaking it down. He doesn't dive into it as deep or really break it down like I was trying to today. But that is where I heard about the Amazon return fees.
Yeah. And I mean, just know that it's going to be about $2-3 for a return fee. That's what you need to know. At the end of the day, just know that it's $2-3. And then this is the reimbursement claim policy. And I've tried to read this and get up on it too. And you know what? You just move on. They have a calculation, the median price at which you sold over the last 18 months, and then the median price of the same item and the current list price. And then they do some magic and voodoo and loopy doopy. They get you a reimbursement value that will be less than what you want. Here's what I do. Same with merchant fulfilling. I do a couple orders, see what it's going to cost me on average, and then go and replen. And I don't sit there and like nitpick the pennies. It's either profitable or not. If you have to nitpick the last 10 cents or 20 cents of your margins, then your margins are too thin. It's, you need to have a couple dollars. That's why most of us want to have at least a $3 or $5 profit margin, because then we can account for extra 50 cents in fees or shipping or whatever the case may be. You got to have enough there to account for all of this stuff.
One of the areas I recall reading through there that was, I believe, is not going to change, or there's no penalties or no fee. It's the best one is the items that, of course, are priced at $10 and less. So, I mean, that can be a good business model for some people if you stick to these very low dollar flips, because there are some low dollar flips that are profitable. I have sold many items at that $9.99, $10 mark when we had the small and light program. And even since they've taken it away, where I'm profiting about $4. And if you have an item that you're selling 100 of them a month at that $10 mark for $4, and you have several of those, that can add up too. I mean, if not that has to be your entire business model, but you might consider starting to find, some of these low end things to help balance out some of these fees. But in time, we will tell what's going to cost what. It's definitely going to squeeze out the profit margins that we have been making yet again. Because for someone like me that has been selling on Amazon for a long time, and I know you guys have heard me complain about it before, there are some things that I do not sell now that I sold for years, because now I cannot profit on them due to not only Amazon's fees, but also inflation for my buy cost of those same items. Items that I was able to get, there were items I would get at Dollar Tree when it was still $1, not $1.25. And my buy cost was $3. They were bundles. I would sell them for $19.99. And I'd have to go into Inventory Lab to give you my exact profit. But, I'm making like $9 on those items. Now moving on to this year, those same items, if I were to bundle it and send it into Amazon, sell it at $19.99, pay $3.75 now for them, I'm going to maybe profit $2.50 just because of all of the fees. What I used to sell on Dollar Tree that I'm referring to is they have these really big round plastic platters. Like, think you'd put a big Thanksgiving turkey on one. They're the big ones, and they're cheap, cheesy plastic platters. And I used to buy 3 packs of those, and I used to sell them for $19.99. And my ROI on them was great, and I couldn't believe that I was selling them. I have not sold those for 3 years because it's not worth it anymore. Amazon's fees to fulfill those went up to $11.75. So something I pay $3.75 for, so we're roughly at $4. Then Amazon is charging $11 to fulfill it. We're at $15 in our buy cost and Amazon fulfillment fees. So then if I'm selling it at $20, you're still making maybe $4 and some change.
Mm-hmm. That program is now called low price FBA fees. Instead of small and light, it's now called low price.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to know the fee differences, it's about 80 cents, maybe $1, 90 cents, 80 cents.
Yeah, when it used to be 25 cents, and then it was 40 cents, and then it's now 80, and all of those little cents, why they're smaller increments. over the course and the years of selling on Amazon, it makes a huge difference. It just does. Can we change it? No.
Yep. So we just got to roll with the punches. There's been a lot of other things going on. I have seen a lot of chatter that I wanted to touch on because I know we got to leave in just a few minutes here. But the generic listings and regating of items. So be aware that that is going on as well. If you are now all of a sudden you cannot sell something, you may have been regated in it. That is going on. How do you get ungated? You need to go through the process of applying to get ungated again.
Yep. And we don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but we need to inform you guys. Do you need to worry about this right now? Heck no. Enjoy Christmas. Make the most of all these Q4 sales. You guys, get out there, go shopping, ship, fulfill those orders, because that's what I'm doing too. These fees are not even taking effect until a few months into 2024. So once Christmas settles down and the height of Q4 is over, we can relax, take it in, and then decide, like, okay, how and where do I need to possibly change moving forward. But for right now, don't worry about it. And, and just love Amazon for giving us crap news during Q4.
I know. That's, I know that they want to give us like time to adjust and understand and everything. But at the same time, they've done, I'm mad at them and my freaking iPhone, because my iPhone updated and then it had another update to fix the update. And now I'm like, they need another update to fix the update to fix the update. Like, quit messing with it and making it worse. Yeah. The whole new interface with the scanning, I'm not even using the Amazon app to scan with because I can't figure out their new calculation.
I don't like it. I don't even use it. It takes way too long. I just use
Exactly.
Scoutify. It takes way too long.
Why would I trug through that and use something that's not in Scoutify? I'm like, boop, 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 done. Just done. I don't have to monkey with it. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Well, I hope all of you are having a successful Q4. I hope you're merchant fulfilling your butts off and make that money and enjoy your holidays. We will see you again next Friday, which is what? What is the date?
15th. Should be 7
Yep,
plus
15th and then the 22nd. So I'm not sure if we will be live on the 22nd yet, but we will be next Friday. And so
before you sign off real quick, April, the membership is right now it's live, but we will be revamping that come the end of the year. So you've got like maybe a week left for that enrollment. Just FYI, we will be redoing some things in that for the new year, which is pretty exciting. But that's all I'll say on that.
Yes.
Complain. Sorry, Crystal. I may be drunk on the 25th. I might be with you drunk on the 21st. That sounds like an awesome idea right now. Where do I see my storage fees? Yep. Yeah, you got to go in the back and pull them, April.
Yes, and there's a link if you go to the news page on Amazon where they have this update to the referral fees. I can put the link really quick here in the chat. There are many links within this article that will take you to where you find that. And just so you know, it's not easy to decipher. It's going to download it as like a Word document. And then from there, you're going to have to copy and paste it into a Google Sheet. You're going to have to do sorting. It's nothing I'm going to do until next year. So I'm not worried about it right now, but that is how and where you find it. So I think
what did you link?
I put the link in to click onto that article for Seller Central there. That the article, right. That news article.
I think she was asking about where to find your fees. Go to your Amazon fulfillment reports, which was the 3 line. It's like something reports. And then you can favorite reports. So I have the monthly storage fee and the aged inventory surcharge report. Yeah, mouthful of report names. Anyhow, they've got the most popular reports. You can scroll down. There's all of the fees. Anything you could possibly want for fees is there. The other option is to go to your just transaction and look at the transactions and see what you're paying in fees. Or get Inventory Lab and they tell you there. All right. That's all we're going to say because we got to get going. I know we've got sales
shopping to do. Yep. And orders to get out. And for those watching that celebrate Hanukkah, again, we started off and we will end with Happy Hanukkah.
Yes. Happy Hanukkah to those that celebrate Hanukkah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.